Good morning, YouTubers. I just wanted to do a video. Hadn't done one in a little bit. Couple things. So I'm 6 months, almost 6 months post surgery from my prostate surgery. Um, I've been doing pretty well with incontinence. I'm not wearing a pad. I carry one with me when I leave the house or something. Uh, Let me just say that my first few months of recovering from my prostatectomy were pretty rough. I got the flu. I did not have COVID, got my test results back. I did not have the COVID virus. I had a pretty bad flu, I guess. Really thought it was the virus. I was wrong. Uh, so, did the quarantine thing and had a little slow time healing because I had some infections right out of the hospital in my groin and stuff like that. And I had to be on antibiotics a lot. I had some really bad problems with digestion because of the pain medicine and the antibiotics. And just, healed a little slower than I thought. But I did keep up with the Kegel exercises. I went to physical therapy until the COVID virus thing came up, and I was, in my last couple of appointments when that came up. So I was able to do some I actually did have yesterday finally a telecommunication Zoom meeting with my physical therapist, and it was our last meeting. I'm going to a different physical therapist for the swelling that I'm still having 6 months after my surgery. So, 5.5 months, close enough. Anyway, so my healing went a little slower than thought, but right about 4 months started, about a month ago started, not having as much leakage, not having to wear the pads and stuff, still having a little uncomfortable sitting in a vehicle for a long period of time. Uh, Still having the swelling around my pubic area and still some pain in the upper part of my thigh and some pain in my urethra. Uh, just I believe from the slower healing that I went through in the first couple months, I kind of went through that healing a little later. So I'm still going through some of that. Uh, I am very happy with, the incontinence part. I still have some trouble. Uh, like if I'm sitting down going to the bathroom, I have some trouble recognizing sometimes whether I've gotten it all out. Sometimes I stand up and I get a little drip. But holding it during the day or even sleeping at night, no problem. And this is a personal account of my prostate cancer journey. So hopefully this is not too much for some people, but there it is, putting it all out there. Um, yeah. So you may be wondering what's with the eye patch. So after I had the flu a couple times, and after recovering from that, man, I had a really bad a lot of lung issues, a lot of pain, and I started getting migraines probably about 3 weeks ago, and really bad migraines, light sensitivity, halos, noise problems, and things. Um, and accompanying that, or maybe the cause of that, was the horrible blood pressure that I had. Really dangerous blood pressure. So I've been treating my blood pressure for a few years now because it's not always high, and I've been treating it with cannabis. I have a medical card for that, and I use that to treat my blood pressure, and it does quite a good job. 99.9% of the time. But this time, this episode, something else was going on with the nerves in the side of my head. So what happened was I paralyzed a nerve. I can wear this patch on either eye, even though this is the eye that's having the problem. So after the 3 weeks of headaches and blood pressure, at the end of that 3 weeks, I went to the doctor. They put me on some blood pressure medicine, and that along with the cannabis, my blood pressure is back to normal. But I have to take that medicine twice a day now. I'm anti-medicine guy. I don't like taking prescriptions. I like to take them for what they're needed for, and then let my body heal. And now they got me on this blood pressure medicine. I'm not happy about it, but my blood pressure is normal again. So anyway, whatever happened, my doctor thinks, well, they thought I had a stroke. So they sent me in for MRIs, CT scans, da 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 da. I didn't have a stroke. Yay. But what I did have is one of the nerves in that controls the muscles of my eyes, one muscle in particular in my right eye, that nerve is paralyzed. So it was either I hit my eye. I do remember hitting my eye at one point, but this was like a week or two later that that this double vision started. Anyway, the double vision could be anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. Crazy. So the only way to not see double is to wear a patch on one of the eyes. And the doctor, the they sent me all these tests and the MRI, CT scans, X-rays, bloods, blah 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 blah. They sent me to an ophthalmologist finally, and he took one look at me and he knew exactly what was wrong with me the minute he could tell just by the way my eye was not really centered. I wasn't completely like one eye looking in or out or something. It was just the slightest bit off, and he could tell. And he looked in there and did all his tests and everything, and told me what the deal was. And so I got to wear this patch, and hopefully it'll clear up. If it doesn't clear up, I'm looking at having to wear some weird prescription glasses or even having surgery. Man, couldn't it happen? I was just getting outside doing things with my kids. I wanted to start taking hikes with my daughter. She just graduated 8th grade. She's just super amazing during this whole pandemic thing. They had a wonderful graduation for her at her school. We live in a small town, and they were able to use one of the kids. They have one of the kids that my daughter goes to school with has a great big farm, and they used the field out there and set up a stage, and they had videos and funny parody songs and stuff. It was a great graduation, and afterwards fireworks. So not many, this whole remote learning and all that. This is a very memorable, wonderful time in some respects for a lot of people. It's very stressful as well, and very difficult financially and you know emotionally and mentally for we're trying to make it as easy on our kids as possible. So here, this is another thing slowing me down from my recovery and keeping my family feeling safe and not worried about me, and then I become even more of a stress because they're worried about me now with this and all all that. So I feel for everybody out there going through everything they're going through. This is what I'm going through. It's what are you gonna do? It's life, and you go on, and you move through your day, and I'm not gonna worry about, hey, is my eye gonna be better tomorrow? I'm just gonna go with today and make the best of it and try and Even still playing Minecraft with my son, and still, doing stuff with my daughter around the yard. Can't go on any of those long hikes I wanted to go on. Uh, and but thankful that in my prostate surgery recovery, that if I could see straight, I could go on a hike. So I mean, you gotta look at you gotta whatever you're going through in your prostate cancer journey, or whatever journey you're on. You got to look at the best of it. Oh, and I wanted to show off something too. This is part of it. Like I can't do a lot of the physical things that I want to do, but I was able to make, I probably got like 70 feet here of homemade string. Now I'm going to use this for my garden, for holding up tomato plants and whatever. I could actually use it, crochet it together and make something out of it. So you're asking, well, what is this homemade string that you made? You will love it. So I took bags, the shopping bags you get at the grocery store or Marshall's or whatever, any store you go to. I took those bags, I laid them flat, and I cut them, folded them up, and I cut them into these circles. And then got this crochet needle, and you hook it on there like that. See, there's the end of the string, and it's got a hole through there. And then you go counterclockwise. I mean, not counter. You go clockwise, and you tighten that all up. And then once it's halfway, you pull it through. You pull it through here, so it's connected. You do the clockwise thing until that's all nice and tight. And the way you tighten it is you get it all nice and tight like that. Once you get that all nice and tight, and then that one all nice and tight, you bring them back double, and then you counterclockwise twist, and you get that. You get it's a nice string. And I've got like 70 feet of this stuff now, and it's strong. So doing the back, the clockwise on the two halves, then you end up with a piece when you're done about that long, and where they're connected you can barely tell because it just links together beautifully. And when I can't be out moving firewood around or something because I'm tripping over myself or falling around in a circle because my eye, I can sit, listen to some Alan Watts or some music or whatever, and make some homemade string out of shopping bags. Just, little things to do. My garden's doing really well. I'll do a garden video real soon. But this is just an update on my prostate cancer, and just a few tips on how to get through your existence. I still haven't had another PSA test since January, so I only had my 1 month post-surgery test. I haven't had another test since then because of the COVID thing. It's really frustrating, but I'm getting one the beginning of July. So, and then I will be finally seeing my surgeon and urologist to get an update on how things are going, and I'm going to see a swelling and edema specialist on physical therapy. And I've gained some weight that I wish I hadn't because of all the sedentariness, and because I find other things to do like baking stuff that I shouldn't be doing. So there's that. So try to eat well and do your exercises, and but don't beat yourself up, and just try to live live in the moment. That's my advice for anyone. Just be here, be now. And we've had a absolutely award-winning, beautiful day outside. I'm gonna try to spend as much time goofing around the garden and the yard as possible until the black flies chase me back in. We got every June we get the black flies here for 3 or 4 weeks, 3 weeks or so. Well, we're in about the second week of it. For yeah, it'll be 4 weeks before they disappear, and then the mosquitoes will be out. But yeah, I can handle the mosquitoes. The black flies, they're really annoying, and I don't know how if other people have those, but phew, they're nasty. All right, folks. For all you dads out there, happy Father's Day. Um, for me, it's going to be fabulous because I'll be here with my family and I'll be surrounded by them. We decorate, these decorations are all hanging back here. We got a big giant balloons spelling out the word congrats for my daughter. You know, just, family is everything. And uh, just be grateful that we have that, and those that don't, um, reach out and talk to people. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to say how you feel and what's going on. All right, so there it is. My update, 6 months post radical prostatectomy. I hope that my journey is helping some folks get a grip. I'm 57 years old and always been really active, and this is where I'm at in my post surgery. Cheers, guys, and again, happy Father's Day to all you dads out there.